Modern Real Estate Practice Workbook, page 33. Unit 2 Quiz. Number 1. Real property taxes are computed based on the property's A. Subjective value, B. Market value, C. Assessed value, or D. Income value. The answer is C. Assessed value. Assessed value times tax rate equals property tax. Number 2. The process by which the government exercises its power to take private lands for public use is A. Condemnation, B. Escheat, C. Foreclosure, or D. Eminent domain. The answer is A. Condemnation. The process is condemnation. The power is eminent domain. Number 3. All of the following are governmental powers except A. Deed restrictions, B. Taxation, Z. Zoning, or D. Escheat. The answer is A. Deed restrictions. Deed restrictions are private restrictions on the use or sale of a property. Number 4. Under police power, building codes determine all of the following except A. Acceptable land uses, B. The types of plumbing and electrical materials allowed, C. Height and structure requirements, or D. Methods of construction to be used. The answer is A. Acceptable land uses. Building codes determine the types of plumbing and electrical materials allowed. The height and structure requirements and methods of construction to be used are also determined by building codes. Zoning codes determine acceptable land uses. Number 5. The term estate refers to A. The amount of property owned by an individual, B. The rights held by someone who has a possessory interest in real estate, C. A claim against or interest in land held by someone other than the owner of the property, or D. An exercise of police power. The answer is B. The rights held by someone who has a possessory interest in real estate. An estate in land refers to the collection or bundle of rights held by someone who has a possessory interest in a piece of real estate. Number 6. When an individual or entity holds a claim against another's property, it is A. An estate, B. A life tenancy, C. A lien, or D. A license. The answer is C. A lien. A lien secures payment of indebtedness. Number 7. All the following are considered real property rights except A. Land rights, B. Governmental rights, C. Deed rights, or D. Ownership rights. The answer is C. Deed rights. Real property rights are those of land, government, and ownership, not deed rights. Number 8. Which of the following would be used by a purchaser to reveal encroachments? A. Standard title insurance, B. Abstract of title, C. Survey, or D. Attorney's title opinion. The answer is C. Survey. A survey would be used to discover zoning setback violations or encroachments. Number 9. Which of the following liens has first priority? A. Mechanics lien, B. First mortgage, C. Property taxes, or D. A special assessment. The answer is C. Property taxes. Government liens for property taxes and special assessments always have top priority. Number 10. The grantor of a life estate may retain A. A leasehold estate, B. A qualified fee estate, C. Rights of remainder, or D. A reversionary interest. The answer is D. A reversionary interest. If the grantor of a life estate retains reversionary interests or reversionary rights, ownership in fee simple reverts to the grantor at the end of the life estate. Number 11. If Anne grants a life estate to Ben and specifies that title will be transferred to Carl upon the death of Ben, which of the following is false? A. Ben is the life tenant. B. Carl has a reversionary interest. C. Ben owns the property. Or D. Carl is the remainder man. The answer is B. Carl has a reversionary interest. A reversionary interest could only be held by an, the grantor. Number 12. The holder of a fee estate, A, has rights of alienation, B, can change deed restrictions, C, may terminate a servient tenement, or D, must hold a reversionary interest. The answer is A, has rights of alienation. A fee estate gives the owner the right to sell, will, or give the property away, whichever is known as alienation. Number 13. A married couple has been granted the right to occupy and use a 10-acre tract of land forever. Which of the following does the couple hold? A, fee simple estate, B, estate for years, C, life estate, or D, a leasehold estate. The answer is A, fee simple estate. The right to occupy and use land forever is a fee simple estate. Page 34. Number 14. Life tenants in most life estates have all of the following rights except A, they may will the property, B, they can sell the property, C, they can lease the property, or D, they may improve the property. The answer is A, they may will the property. Most life estates terminate upon the death of the life tenant and therefore cannot be willed. One exception, a life estate per Autry v., in which the life of someone other than the life tenant is used as the measuring life. A life tenant who sells or leases the estate has sold or leased the property for only the lifetime of the life tenant. Number 15. All of the following could be encumbrances on real estate except A, a lien, B, an easement, C, a deed restriction, or D, a fixture. The answer is D, a fixture. A fixture in real estate, liens, easements, and restrictive covenants are encumbrances. Number 16. An estate that lasts only so long as a specified condition is met is known as A, life estate, B, qualified fee, C, fee simple absolute, or D, a deed restriction? The answer is B, a qualified fee. A fee simple defeasible estate, also called qualified fee, lasts so long as a condition is met. Number 17. The right of the government to establish zoning and land use laws is an exercise of which of the following? A. Police power. B. Escheat. C. Government survey. Or D. Eminent domain. The answer is A. Police power. Police power is the government's right to enact and enforce laws to protect the health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the public, including land use laws. Number 18. The grantor of a qualified fee has set the requirement that the property must be used only as a school. This requirement is known as A. Blue law. B. Remainder interest. C. Reversionary interest. Or D. A deed condition. The answer is D. Deed condition. Deed conditions are used to create the requirements of qualified fee estates. Blue laws are state laws that prohibit sales of liquor and other items on Sunday. Number 19. A leasehold estate with a definite expiration date that does not require notice by either party is A. An estate at will. B. A fee simple absolute. C. An estate at sufferance. Or D. An estate for years. The answer is D. An estate for years. D. An estate for years has a specific termination date. Number 20. Which governmental right is exercised when the state acquires private property through condemnation and makes a payment of just compensation? A. Escheat. B. Police power. C. Taxing power. Or D. Eminent domain. The answer is D. Eminent domain. Condemnation is the process by which the government exercises its power of eminent domain. Number 21. What is the difference between a freehold and a leasehold estate? A. Freeholds are estates of possession and leaseholds are estates of ownership. B. Freeholds have an indefinite duration, but leaseholds can terminate. C. Freeholds do not need to be in writing, but leaseholds do. Or D. Freeholds must be fee simple, but leaseholds can be a life estate. The answer is B. Freeholds have an indefinite duration, but leaseholds can terminate. Freehold estates are of indefinite duration. Leasehold estates will terminate. Number 22. A holder of a life estate has all the following interests except A. Title, B. Ownership, C. Possession, or D. Remainder. The answer is D. Remainder. A life tenant owns the property. Therefore, the life tenant has title and possession. The remainder estate belongs to the party who will obtain title upon death of the measuring life. Number 23. An irrevocable right to use the lands of another is called A. Escheat, B. A license, C. An encroachment, or D. An easement. The answer is D. An easement. Easements are non-revocable rights of use to another's property. Number 24. A holder of a freehold estate has rights of A. Escheat, B. Illegal use, C. Ownership, or D. Domain. The answer is C. Ownership. Freehold estates are estates of ownership. Number 25. Which is not an estate of ownership? A. Estate for years, B. Life tenancy, C. Fee simple, or D. Qualified fee. The answer is A. Estate for years. An estate for years is a right of possession, not ownership. Life tenancy, like all other freehold estates, is an estate of ownership. Number 26. All of the following would be considered to have an interest in land except A. A farmer who is leasing 20 acres. B. The holder of an easement. C. A hunter who has been given permission to hunt in a field. Or D. A lender holding a mortgage lien. The answer is C. A hunter who has been given permission to hunt in a field. Granting permission to use one's land creates a license, which is not an interest in land. Number 27. Which estate usually does not terminate upon the death of the holder of the estate? A. Life estate. B. Estate for years. C. Estate at will. Or D. An estate at sufferance. The answer is B. An estate for years. An estate for years is a contract and terminates on the date specified in the lease, not upon death of the lessor or lessee. Page 35. Number 28. The property Sam bought 30 years ago had a pertinent easement for access. 20 years ago, the county built a new road, and Sam has not used the easement since that time. When Sam sells the property, the easement A. will automatically return to the servient property owner. B. will no longer run with the land due to the statute of limitations. C. must be renewed by re-recording it with the county. Or D. remains in place and will transfer with the property. The answer is D. remains in place and will transfer with the property. Easements can be terminated by release, merger, or abandonment. If an easement is abandoned and the property owner wants to have it returned, typically the servient property must prove abandonment in court. Number 29. Protection of a primary home against certain creditors is known as A. Specific lien rights. B. Homestead rights. C. General lien rights. Or D. Deed restrictions. The answer is B. Homestead rights. Homestead rights protect a primary home from foreclosure by certain lien holders. Broker level questions. Number 1. Sarah holds the reversionary interest in a qualified fee estate that was established by her grandfather. The estate gave the city her family home to use to house the mayor. Sarah just saw on the news that the city is going to sell the home. Sarah A. may need to sue the city to have the property returned to the family because the deed condition is being broken. B. will automatically become the owner of the property upon the sale. C. has no rights because it was her grandfather who created the condition. Or D. has no recourse because the property is now government owned. The answer is A. may need to sue the city to have the property returned to the family because the deed condition is being broken. If the city tries to sell the property, Sarah has the right to request that it be returned to her family because the deed condition has been broken. It may take a court action for this to happen. Number 2. Escheat is best defined as A. property taken through a condemnation process. B. the process used to determine land use. C. the reversionary right to take abandoned property. Or D. the right to take property if the owner is paid fair compensation. The answer is C. the reversionary right to take abandoned property. Escheat is the government's reversionary right to take property that has been abandoned because of the owner dying without a will or heirs. Number 3. A property has a $200,000 first mortgage, a $10,000 second mortgage, and property taxes of $2,000 that are not paid. There is also a special assessment of $1,500 for sidewalk repairs that is past due. Which is correct? Which is the correct priority order of these liens? A. first mortgage, property taxes, second mortgage, special assessments. Actually, let me reread that. Number A, first mortgage, then property taxes, then second mortgage, then special assessments. Or B, property taxes, then first mortgage, then second mortgage, then special assessments. Or C, first mortgage, then property taxes, then special assessment, then second mortgage. Or D, property taxes, then special assessment, then first mortgage, then second mortgage. The answer is D, property taxes, then special assessment, then first mortgage, then second mortgage. Government liens for property taxes and special assessments that have not been paid go in front of all other property liens. Property taxes have priority over special assessments, and the priority of the first and second mortgage does not change. Number 4. A property is under contract for sale, and the title work shows the following encumbrances. The property is in a covenant-controlled community. A first mortgage to ABC Mortgage must be paid off upon a sale. There is an easement to the neighboring property that the seller has disclosed, and there is an unpaid mechanics lien for work done on the home. What are the seller's obligations regarding these encumbrances before closing? A. The seller must remove all encumbrances to convey clear title. B. The seller will have to pay off the mortgage and the mechanics lien before closing. C. The seller can convey title with the encumbrances in place. Or D. The buyer will need to request that the encumbrances be removed during the inspection period. The answer is B. The seller will have to pay off the mortgage and the mechanics lien before closing. The seller cannot remove the covenant controls or the easement. The seller would need to pay off the mechanics lien and the mortgage to convey clear title. Number 5. Eminent domain is best defined as A. The government's right to take private property by paying fair compensation. B. Condemnation to take private property without paying compensation. C. The public right to take abandoned property and give it to private citizens. Or D. The private right to take private property that is abandoned through condemnation. The answer is A. The government's right to take private property by paying fair compensation. Eminent domain is the right of the government to take private property for public use. The government must pay fair compensation. The process used is condemnation.